Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and today we'll be talking about a Power Gladius evasion build for the Sniper class in Space Marine 2 past 12. Now, the main idea behind this build is using the perk over here, Tactical Ambush, for 150% more damage on the first melee attack that breaks Camo Cloak, in conjunction with the perk over here, Evasion, for a free Camo Cloak on a perfect dodge for 5 seconds, with a cooldown of 30 seconds. Now, when you combine these two together, you can do a perfect dodge and get the free melee damage buff, on top of triggering damage buffs for your Power Gladius up to 360%. You can take off over half a boss's HP in a single charge Shadow Stab. That is a pretty ridiculous amount of damage, so we will be building around that today. Now, the main weapon I take here for my primary range weapon is the Bolt Carbine automatic variant with the ammo reserve and magazine capacity option, mainly because the 2 accuracy here can be completely circumvented with the perk in the perk tree Home Precision. Equipped weapons maximum spread decreases by 50% when firing without aiming. When you take this perk, you are pretty much shooting a laser beam in the hip fire. This 2 accuracy does not matter at all, so a really good synergy there. And for the rest of the perk tree, I do start off with the perk Headhunter for a 10% headshot damage increase, into the perk here, Rapid Health. When your health is below 30%, killing 7 enemies in rapid succession restores your health by 10%. This is a pretty easy thing to pull off on the automatic variant of this gun, so a really good perk option. Next perk here is Divine Might for a damage increase of 10%, into the perk Headhunter and Headhunter for a total 20% headshot damage increase. Then I go down here into Extended Magazine for a better magazine capacity, into the perk Divine Might again, and then we take a bit of a detour through Cleaving Fire into the perk Adamant Hunter. When your health is below 30%, headshots deal 25% more damage. Now, on the sniper build, I am going for the safer option with things like recoupment for armor restore on our headshot kills, on top of things like purification, which does mean we don't really have too much of an issue being a low HP in this game. So having this perk trigger is actually really good for us, and a 25% headshot damage increase is very substantial in this game, which is why I build down the top tree predominantly on this version, though alternatively, if you want more damage in base, you could go down the bottom tree with increased capacity into Divine Might again. This will give you a bit more base damage, but you won't get the added benefit of armor restore for recoupment or the bonus trigger of Adamant Hunter. That is up to you, and that's pretty much all there is for the Bolt Carbine setup. Now, for the secondary on this build, I do take the Heroic Heavy Bolt Pistol once again. This is my preferred secondary overall in the game currently, and mainly because it has the highest gunstrike damage in the game, on top of a very strong base firepower, and for the perk tree, the Heroic perk effect, No Help is Coming, is incredible. Shooting an enemy with the Leaf Scream status stops you from calling for reinforcements, and headshots will kill in one shot. Being able to one-shot reinforcement calling enemies in this game is actually way better than it sounds initially, because in lethal difficulty and above, enemies will go in rage and get a full heal, so you're not only stopping a reinforcement calling enemy from going in rage, you're also stopping the entire horde, and that does save you a ton of ammo, despite this thing having a low magazine capacity and ammo reserve compared to like some of the relic tier options. Now, for the perk tree on this, I just go all the way down the bottom tree into things like Death Strike. You know, once again, I really do think the bottom tree is the best overall up to like this point, because Death Strike is a 25% damage buff for 10 seconds on a Majoris or higher enemy kill in melee combat, but this will also trigger on a melee finisher, so really easy to pull off. And then for playing a class like Sniper or the Assault that has a ton of uses of their class ability, having able damage is quite nice, though alternatively you could go up here to like Discipline into Strong Finish and Headhunter for more damage on that. But either way, I always pick up the perk Tactical Precision because headshots doing 20% more damage and non-headshot damage is decreasing by 10%. Headshot damage is like pretty much all that matters on this gun, and especially for the Sniper class where you have a bonus starting perk of 10% bonus headshot damage. So really good synergy there. That's why I picked this up, and that's pretty much all there is for the secondary. Now for the melee weapon, I do take the Power Gladius, mainly because the Power Gladius has ridiculous damage off the Heroic perk effect Agile Strike. This one says after a perfect dodge, the next melee attack deals 120% more damage, and it can be stacked up to 3 times. Now there's also a hidden effect here, where after the initial attack, the damage bonus will linger for 1 second, so even better than it sounds initially. And on top of that, the Power Gladius has really good horde clear thanks to the 7+ speed. This was actually one of the fastest knives in the game, and unfortunately, the Argent Edge is just not very good for horde clear at all because it has a 3+ speed, and that makes your Skull Crushers come out very slowly, and this is actually the slowest knife in the game for all like the Relic tier and Heroic options, which is pretty funny. That's kind of why I prefer the Power Gladius on this build. On top of that, we are building for Tactical Ambush and Evasion here, so kind of a no-brainer to pick this one up. Now, for the perk tree on this, I do take the perk Perpetual Strength first for a melee damage increase of 5%. We really do go like 99% damage here. I do pick up Shoulder Bash over the perk up here, Perpetual Strength again, mainly because Shoulder Bash just feels way better for a lunging attack for me. But if you want to skip this and pick up Perpetual Strength, you definitely can. Either way, I would pick up Kinetic Energy first here, over here into the Perpetual Strength again, into the perk Heavy Onslaught for 15% more damage on your heavy attacks. This will increase the damage of a Shadow Stab, so definitely grab this one. And next perk here is Reeling Blow up into the perk Tide of Battle. And always make sure to pick up Shadow Stab because this is like the premier single target damage attack on the knife in general. And if you're using a knife, you probably want this anyways, so definitely pick this up. And the final perk here is Terminus Slayer for 20% more melee damage against Terminus level enemies because we are going boss hunting on this one, so that's why we grab the Terminus Slayer perk, and that's pretty much all there is for the knife tree here. Now for the Sniper perk tree, I do take the perk Melee Mastery first. Melee damage increases by 20% against Majoris and higher enemies. This perk is a 20% multiplicative melee damage increase, one of the best melee perks in the game, and we are a melee build in general, so definitely pick this up. Next perk here is Adaptability. Reloading while having low ammo or manually activating your Camo Cloak increases melee damage by 25% for 10 seconds. This is just another free damage increase, so definitely pick this up for a melee build as well. And the next perk here is Dexterous Hands. Bolt carbines reload 20% faster, and their weapon spread and recoil are reduced by 15%. Now, this is the only perk in this column that does anything for bolt carbine, so definitely pick this up. And the next perk here is Squad Renewal. A headshot kill restores ability charge by 10% for any team member. Now, in patch 12.2, they did make it so this perk, or excuse me, the Camo Cloak has a base cooldown of like 90 seconds versus 125 like it was before. So Camo Restoration perks like this are even better now, so definitely pick this up. And next perk here is Purification, and manually activating Camo Cloak removes negative status effects and restores all contested health. This perk is a God tier survivability perk. Getting all of your CHP back on a single button press is insane, and on top of that, there's amazing synergy here with the perk Emperor's Grace, which gives you invulnerability for 2 seconds on Camo Cloak, which means you full HP heal pretty much, and you also get invulnerability, so like whatever was about to kill you won't. Really good combo. Next perk here is Tactical Ambush for the obvious melee damage bonus out of our Camo Cloak. Then I pick up the perk Persistence. When Camo Cloak deactivates, you take 20% less health damage and do not lose control of heavy hits and cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. A 20% health damage reduction stacked with the 25% health damage reduction on Conviction is amazing in this game. 45% health damage reduction in this game is nuts, so stacking these together is a very strong option. And also having no knockback for 10 seconds, this is the only perk in the Sniper class that does that at all, so great pick. Final perk here is Evasion for the free 5 seconds of Camo Cloak on a perfect dodge because this pairs perfectly with the Power Gladius and Tactical Ambush, and that's all there is for the main perk tree. Now for the Prestige perk list, I do take Emperor's Grace first. When Camo Cloak activates, you become invulnerable to damage for 2 seconds. This perk is one of the best utility perks in Space Marine 2 because the way that invulnerability works in this game is that any attack that would hit you and knock you over normally will phase right through you. This is actually better than like a standard no knockback effect, on top of the fact you take no damage. So really fun to play around with and one of the best options in this tree, period. Now the next perk here is Versatile Precision. Performing a kill with your secondary weapon restores 15% of your primary weapon's ammo. The cooldown is 15 seconds. This just gives you like effectively infinite ammo, or like damn near infinite ammo. A really powerful perk, one of the best reasons to even Prestige your Sniper in the first place, so definitely pick this up as well. And the final 2 perks are Conviction for a 25% health damage reduction for 15 seconds, and Exacting Focus for a 20% range damage increase for 10 seconds after a gun strike. And the gun strike here can be on like a Minoris or any type of enemy, so just keep that in mind, and that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. The Power Gladius Evasion Sniper is still very strong in this patch. I know a lot of people are obsessed with the Argent Edge, but, you know, they're both very strong heroic weapons. Power Gladius still hits harder overall, and the Horde Clear is better thanks to that 7+ speed, which is why I kind of prefer it sometimes, and hopefully this build guide helped you. And if you like content like this, subscribe for more. If you want to come hang out with me live and ask me questions about the game, you can find me here on YouTube or on Twitch with a link in the video description alongside a link to my community Discord. And as always, take it easy. Bye. Artifacts. They did. Watch out for Ravenous. Man, look at that Camo Cloak recharge now. Unseen ice, quite hot.
this.
It dug its own grave.
Alright, can I get rid of that guy?
Engaged. This is one of them. Readying next volley.
Pew 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 pew. The Electra's actually stalking all these guys. Oh, of course the standing unblockable is my favorite.
Stealth ready. The Lictor stood no chance. We stand triumphant over the tyranny. Changing magazine.
Oh,
Swarm eyes. Shoot them. Media line ready. Synaptic service. Media line cloak activated.
I'll get rid of the
Active
I need the ammo for that guy, don't I?
Reloading. Media line engaged.
I'm in the pits right now. We did kind of like kill the boss without killing any of the ads, and now we get to sit in like a spore hell. I also let that Biovore be out for like 50 minutes straight, which is really a choice. That's one of the coolest executes in the game.
Inserting fresh magazine.
What would you do to make Heavy more interesting? Well, honestly, I'd probably give him a combat knife. I think not having any melee loop in this game is pretty boring. Every other class has some kind of melee loop. Even the Sniper is like one of the best melee classes in the game, effectively.
Readying next volley.
Sniper has more melee damage than Vanguard. It's kind of nuts. Love your build videos. Do you think Tech Marines should get access to sniper weapons? Probably not. That doesn't really make any sense for their codex and tabletop, and it's also just like, that's like Sniper's one identity, because he has one combat knife. Yes, to me, is one melee weapon with the combat knife, I mean.
Tyranids have no.
So you can take all his weapons away from him with the bolt sniper and stuff like that, he's kind of screwed. Granted, they would play a little bit differently, but still.
Rearming.
Good morning. What's up, final boss? What a unique choice that was. You have every class of Prestige 4, level 25, except for Vanguard Assault. Not a fan of either. Heavy is pretty fun, to be honest. Heavy is fun. Heavy just like, having no melee loop in this game to me, not super epic.
Fester and rot. Not a formation.
I wish Tech Marine would have had access to servitors. Yeah, if you had access to servitors, so you had a proper minion build, that'd be pretty fucked up, to be honest, because servitors aren't exactly a willing participants usually. That's half the fun, right? Half the fun of a minion build. I doubt the skeletons and the necromancer are willing participants either. The Tech Marine necromancer, yeah, pretty much.
Synaptic servant slaughtered.
Well, the Tech Marine had servo skulls. Would be pretty neat.
All you
It
can
did.
carry. Reloading.
Are Torrential Sentries in siege mode yet? No, they don't even come to siege mode until like patch 15. With everything else, I'd imagine. Maybe they'll come out next patch for siege mode. We'll see. But I doubt it.
Readying next.
They'll probably do that with the new siege map.
Rendezvous on my I have eyes on the guard camp. No sentries posted.
Let's just be happy the plasma weapons don't get hot, brew. And blow up in your hand. Yeah, there's some things you don't want to be lore accurate in this game, I feel. That's definitely one of them. Ooh, Sanctified Wrath. I think I'll take that just so we can better one-shot a guy.
Required to deploy and arm their ordnance. Source one from any soldier you see,
Whoops.
alive
We
or
didn't hit the
otherwise.
Let us hope that these credits did not eat our demolition codes. Alien bioform eliminated. Unseen ice. Changing active camouflage charge.
Alright, let's she's done bodies here. Although I don't trigger those guys.
One of the soldiers around here probably has nothing spotted.
I'm just gonna do this. It's free. I think a double charge would almost one-shot these guys. Yeah.
Reloading. No enemy reinforcements will interrupt us now. Fire on the guns. One of the soldiers around here probably has the codes. Eliminate Meteor line cloak ready.
FOV slider on console yet? FOV slider's not coming to console. They have no plans for that. It must be a performance issue because there's no other reason they would skip over it, I feel. But this game also already runs like shit.
The soldiers around here probably has the codes.
But Loyalist Plasma are well maintained? No. I mean, they are well maintained, but they still blow up in your hand sometimes. Do you use a wireless mouse? No, I use a wired mouse. I could not suffer a wireless mouse, man.
Our demolition codes.
A wireless. I used them before, but they're better for pro gamers, but I'm not a pro gamer, so I don't care for the hassle. This is where I actually really like the Power Gladius over the Argent Edge. So the Argent Edge here, your Skull Crushers don't come out remotely as fast because Power Gladius is 7 speed versus a 3+ of an Argent Edge. So your Horde Clear is actually quite good on this weapon, by comparison.
Active camouflage charge. Inserting fresh magazine. Camellia line cloak ready. One of the soldiers around here probably has the codes. Changing magazine. They shall not see me. One of the soldiers around here probably has the codes.
This year I changed to wireless mouse and I can't go back to wired. So much lighter, no hassle with the wire, and I'm a casual gamer. I used them before, I just can't be bothered to charge. I play really long sessions, as you probably know. So
Active camouflage charge.
you've been here for some of them.
Tyranids have no mind.
And having to like charge up a wireless, just like, it's just fucking annoying. It's just obnoxious.
Demolition codes here. Captain, codes retrieved.
Proceed to the Promethium refinery and complete the demolition preparations.
As a Souls player, when getting into 40k, I saw Dark Angels and never looked back. Oh, this is perfect.
So and fro, striking down with hate. Perhaps they seek to choke our rivers with their dead. Alien fireball. Camellia line engaged. Camellia line close ready.
Cool. Oh damn. As I went to wait that. I forgot we put that guy up. Praise be to Space King. Have you heard about the financial state of the galaxy?
Fester and rot. Xenos abomination.
Imagine if Space King was like officially licensed by Games Workshop. Wouldn't that be neat? Wouldn't that be a real hoot of a series? It already is a hoot of a series, but I've never had an issue with sub 2.25 pound wire connected to my mouse and charging such a pain in the ass. Yeah, I mean, for like pro gamers or like pro shooters, when they're playing shooting games a lot, it is, or like pro FPS players, it does make a difference to have any type of traction on your mouse like that on a wire. But for us humble 40k SM2 fans, it does not fucking matter, like, at all. At least not for anything I'm doing, or I'm interested in doing.
Inserting fresh magazine. Camellia line engaged. Active camouflage charge.
As a Souls player, when getting into 40k, I saw Dark Angels up look back, and my Primarch's base. I mean, the Lion, first of all, having a Primarch that actually is still around is a pretty big reason to like a chapter, I feel. I mean, it's just me. But the Lion and Gilliman are back, so that's pretty big. Most of them can't say that. Most of the Primarchs are still missing. Word on the street is Vulcan and Lehman Russ are gonna come. Sandman thinks the Khan is coming. Alright, well, that was not really what I wanted, but whatever. God, can I just kill this Lictor, please? Got robbed. One day it'll let you unbind the parry key from the, or the, rebind your parry key from, like, the grab key from the Minora Seeds. And maybe your hipfire, too. Among other things. Yeah, I definitely want both of my Noras there. A one-handed Dorn inbound. Yeah, for a while he was like straight up dead. No longer. I think Games Workshop will bring back literally every Primarch at some point. I think they'll even bring back Sanguinius eventually. Listen, if they ever need money, they're just gonna print out a Sanguinius miniature. That shit will sell. FTG, what is your Primarch coming back? Oh, he's coming. Sanguinius is so cool that he died before Games Workshop could ruin him. That's how cool he is. They do all be pissed. Wouldn't we all?
Furnace pattern melter charge. Impressive.
Game name, this is Space Marine 2.
Finishes deployment into the grid remedial well. Cautiously. If you know what is good for you.
Camellia line cloak ready. Time to get to work, machine.
Rites of activation have been observed. The generators hum in the machine god's name.
Combat Curse coming back, no shot. When I say Primarchs, I mean like Loyalists, not necessarily, yeah, all the missing Loyalists, I should say. Not the ones that are like incredibly fucking dead.
Hostiles heading to generator 3.
Generator 3 is discharging a regular current. Eliminates these unholy fluctuations. X-axis aligned. By the Omnissiah's will.
Does that mean it is close to finished? They think not.
So it seems like they buffed up the Power Gladius last patch to not only not be wasted on execute anymore, it also isn't waste on the initial hit. So like if you swing and hit nothing, I don't think it actually uses it at all anymore. That's far better than block. Block will be used no matter what.
Only the divine protocols.
There's a theory that Dorn will get the Emperor's Lightning Claws to replace his hand. I mean, dude, Dorn with Lightning Claw would go hard. Imagine you're fighting the most powerful Psyker ever, and he just pulls out a normal-ass Lightning Claw to kill you. Well, not a normal one, but like a giant Lightning Claw to kill you instead of just popping your brain.
Generator still under attack.
The Emperor, I mean.
Inserting fresh magazine. Four lines. I have eyes on a fire.
Access allowed. Marginal bearings 0.01 meters. Blessed be the honest that divine precision.
I should have this.
Okay,
thing
okay.
down.
Oh,
Generator 2.
the ping pong. I just like knocked me over. That's definitely not what I wanted there, but okay. A slight fumble, a slight fumble.
Instability detected in generator 2. Operator requested.
Do you have any advice on what melee / combos to use with melee weapons? Is it different per type? I'll be making videos on that.
Familiar line cloak ready.
Probably after today, actually. There are quite a few things I meant to make that I didn't get around to for Patch 12, but they will all be done eventually.
They are really swarming that generator.
Oh dear.
Reloading.
No, they're body blocking me. You fucks.
Come on. Thank the Emperor. It is done.
There's an observation platform overlooking the Kryptonian fields. It will make a good vantage for your ambush.
Diggercinos love crawling beneath us.
Oh shit.
The ravenous appetite. Emilio line engaged.
He died so hard that he just didn't even know what happened. That's an anime death right there.
Objective on the other side. Active camouflage charge. Syrians have no migrant tactics. Readying next volley.
Up under a rock, had sniper get buffed. Read the patch notes, brother. Or watch my video reading the patch notes if you don't want to read. But they gave him a 90. They lowered the base cooldown of his sniper perk.
Reloading. Their numbers are no match for our training.
All right.
We have arrived at Nozick's facility. Run distraction efforts as long as you can.
There is one thing I know, Lieutenant. It is how to pin down an enemy.
I will hold you to it.
Wow. All right. That's gotta be the most annoying bug in this game. Oh, well, it's definitely not. It's up there though. Getting your gun strike, or I should say, getting your aim ripped from you to gun strike can 100% get you killed in this game.
So and throw. Strike him down with haste. Second wave headed toward us. They've got a casino's rampage imminent. Changing magazine.
And what I say to that? I say this elevator looks mighty button like mighty
Advance.
mighty valuable.
Active camouflage charged. Casino stealth breeze tries to ambush us. Spore line spotted. No wrong way to kill a Carnifex. Rearming. They shall not see.
Oh wow, that's tragic, dude.
Stims functioning.
What is this shit, dude? Alright, I'm just not. Excuse me. I really wish I had melt-a-bomb.
Xenos viscera is everywhere.
A little melt-a-bomb would do a lot of good right now.
Inserting fresh magazine. Active camouflage charged. I am a phantom of death.
Well, that did less damage than I expected.
Changing magazine.
Please be.
Could not miss if I
That's actually really good.
Not that it would make a
I'll take it.
stealth ready.
No, we're just gonna go down here.
Coordinate fire.
If we can get a double hit on him, we'll actually be okay.
Alien biobombing. Buckled terrain. Ravana activity. Ended the Ravener's ravenous appetite. Camelio line cloak activated.
Why even swing at me? There's nothing there. That's fucking bullshit. Alright. I guess we'll use that. You know,
Tyranids have no mind for
yeah, I've never fought a Carnifex down here, so like, there's a first time for everything, you know?
Camelio line cloak ready. Tyranid Titan terminated. Synaptic server. Active camouflage charge. Inserting fresh magazine.
Gross.
We are in position and have eyes on the target, Captain.
Dig in. We need that bomb triggered for optimal yield. Orbital scan estimates the bulk of the swarm will not be in position for a while yet. Keep your heads and get it done.
to us. Time to start picking them off.
I thought that would kill him.
Reloading.
What sniper were you using? This is Paragladius.
Munitions here.
Other than a sus Carnifex fight, what are you gonna do? Sometimes just the way the cookie crumbles, you know? When you're that low and you have no armor, you're either gonna like guaranteed find an armor boost in a box or a stim, and we got the most OP stim, so beautiful for us. Those restorative stims, I'm surprised that those haven't been nerfed, because they are pretty nuts.
I am a phantom of death. Emilio line code ready. Readying next volley.
Basically a bulwark banner, yeah.
They shall not.
I'm surprised they haven't nerfed them. They've been like god tier since the PTS, which usually they nerf stuff from the PTS. It's that good. They didn't this time.
Their numbers are no match for our troops. Reloading. Active camouflage charge.
This melee sniper, yes. Yes, it is. Melee evasion sniper. It's actually pretty good for Carnifexes. Maybe not when you get like body blocked in an elevator at 2 HP and ping pong, but generally pretty good.
Line of alien vermin swarms this way. Here it is, coming from the refinery. Take all you can carry. I am a phantom of death.
I have it all clump up to guard him. You cheeky little rascals.
Tyranids on the approach. Winnow them down.
Why always solo? Because I have like literally no friends, dude. Isn't it obvious?
Halfway there, brothers. Keep it up.
We're desperate out here. Chat's all I have. I had to change directions at the heavy swing. Mine canceled if I change direction to WASD. I'm used to aim your camera. Or you should try to. Sometimes it will auto target no matter what.
Squad is almost fully committed. Be ready for my mark.
Stealth ready. Emilio line engaged.
So our Horde Clear is definitely better than a Argent Edge would be. Not quite as good as a Pattern of X. This is where I like the Inferno Pistol, to be honest. Because the Inferno Pistol is one-shot these guys. Actually pretty decent Horde Clear now. And ever since it got buffed, it's been pretty good.
They shall not.
I don't know where I was aiming with that.
Fester and rot. Active camouflage charge. I am a phantom of death.
Dude, why are there so many fucking Hormigons? Get out of my way.
Emilio line cloak activated. Stealth ready.
are clear to detonate. Cook those rotten bastards.
We will stop their advance cold. Well, hold it.
Alright, we'll detonate this. There were no Majoris in that pack, which made it very obnoxious to kill all those guys. You know, you kind of realize how annoying the Hormigons are when there's no Synapse first. Pretty nutty.
Internet biosign's down 90% and full. Swarm annihilation confirmed.
Exoline Cloak ready.
Move to extract. Thunderhawk arriving at evac point. Ramp down and ready.
Go, go. This place is falling apart.
Extraction complete. Returning to orbit.
Hey, we did it.
Commendable work, brothers. You honor your chapter. Be ready for rearm, refit, and redeployment immediately.
It's finally over, chat. Quite strenuous. A perfectly hybrid. 31,000, well not perfect, but pretty close to like 50-50 on the melee and range. That's when you know it's a hybrid build.